now.
Okay, good.
Okay, so just give me 1 second because it's now saying, okay, great, 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 and great. So welcome to all of our guests for this inaugural Halotherapy Solutions Caribbean Fireside Chat. On behalf of Shaliza Baksh Subnik, good afternoon to each of our guests again and to our esteemed guest speakers. My name is Christine Francois. I'm a business development consultant and the client success and sales director for Halotherapy Solutions Caribbean and your host for this afternoon's webinar. Part of our team as well, who may join us at some point during this conversation, is Zara Duncombe Edwards. Zara is our regional sales leads consultant and the former spa director at the Hyatt Regency Trinidad. For those of you who've been the recipient of Shaliza's expertise and customer care in the past, you'll acknowledge her love for and commitment to the success of her clients. For those who are here for the first time, a little bit about our Managing Director of Halotherapy Solutions Caribbean. Let's talk a little bit about Shaliza. She is a wife, a mother of 4, and an entrepreneur who started her career as an internal auditor. She left her corporate life behind upon the birth of her 3rd child and took up a directorship with her husband's technology-based company. In 2012, her company, Samasu Selective Sourcing, a distribution company providing professional beauty products to the spa industry, was born, and in 2019, while receiving a surprise gift of a spa treatment in Florida from his sister, Shaliza experienced for the first time halotherapy, a technology she had been interested in exploring prior to that visit. Being an astute businesswoman, she recognized immediately that this technology, what it could mean to the health and well-being of her clients, as well as the opportunity it presented for the spa owners that she has the privilege of serving. In doing her research, she acknowledged the power and diverse experience of the Halotherapy Solutions Advisory Board, which includes Franco Harris. He's an NFL Hall of Famer, Super Bowl MVP, and health entrepreneur. Dr. Andrew Mayo, the great-grandson of the founders of the Mayo Clinic, as well as Kathleen Sloniger. Kathleen is the Executive Director of Asthma and Allergy Foundation of America. So, to say that we are excited at hosting today's guests is putting it mildly. I have the distinct privilege and honor of introducing, on behalf of Shaliza and the rest of the Halotherapy Solutions Caribbean team, founder and CEO of Halotherapy Solutions, Steve Spiro. Steve is passionate about sharing the benefits of halotherapy with the world. Steve has proven to be a successful entrepreneur. With his keen eye for innovation and an appetite for growth, he spent time as an angel investor and was a valuable member of the original startup team of Audible, which sold to Amazon in 2008 for $300 million. He spent 15 years working at large consumer electronics and technology companies and 22 years as an executive in entrepreneurial businesses. His experience and dedication to halotherapy propels us each and every day. Steve is the chair of the Global Wellness Institute's Exploring Salt and Halotherapy initiative and is committed to increasing the scientific research around halotherapy and guide businesses on how to best incorporate dry salt therapies to benefit their clients. Steve is a true pioneer and an expert at growing new ideas and products into explosive, very profitable businesses in both the consumer and B2B segments. Steve has tremendous international business experience, having lived in Tokyo and China, managing 60 distributors in 40 countries. His time in Asia introduced him to the power of natural healing modalities. Joining Steve this afternoon to speak with us is Erin Lee. Erin is the VP Global Consumer Sales for Halotherapy Solutions, Halo Home. Erin has extensive knowledge in the wellness industry, including 10 years designing and installing bespoke luxury heat experiences in the UK. She is an avid believer in halotherapy, helped launch the UK Halotherapy Network, and managed her own halotherapy business. Today's presentation will be followed by a 15-minute Q&A segment, so we invite you, our guests, to note your questions, which we'll be happy to respond to at the end of the session, following which there'll be a surprise prize draw for those who stay to the end. So again, it gives us great pleasure, Shaliza and myself and the Halotherapy Caribbean team, turning us over to Steve. It's truly an honor to have both you and Erin here with us. Please take it away.
Thank you very much. We're very, as you know, we've been very excited about halotherapy for a long time. Those are great introductions. And we're very, very, very happy to have such a strong supporter and partner with Shaliza and her team in the Caribbean. So we think the Caribbean is going to be a big opportunity. It's getting it on the ground floor. So we're really excited. Erin, do you want to talk a little bit about halotherapy? I didn't know if we were going to just talk or have questions. I didn't know what the format was. So Erin, do you want to just talk a little bit about halotherapy?
Yeah, I'm more than happy to give a little bit of background on the halotherapy. So obviously it originally came about in Poland, where they used to go into the salt mines, and there was a doctor there that discovered that those working in the salt mines didn't seem to suffer from the same respiratory conditions or colds and things that those that didn't work in the mines did. So we did a bit more investigation into that, and it was discovered that it was the inhalation of the dry salt particles that was helping with this. So that was really where halotherapy was born per se, and the use of the dry salt inhalation. So they then developed what we call now the modern day halo generator, which grinds up pure grade sodium chloride. So this is not your typical a pink Himalayan salt that you find, that you mine or get out of the ground. It is made, it's pharmaceutical grade. So that doesn't have all the different minerals in it. It's very pure. So this pure grade sodium chloride is ground up in the halo generator, and then it's dispersed into a room or a cabin like the one behind me here. And then you inhale these microparticles, which are between 0.3 and 0.5 microns. So very, very tiny, which enables those microparticles to go all the way down into the bottoms of the lungs. So you can inhale those and go through the sinuses as well. Also, by being so small, those particles can get into the very finest pores of your skin. So it can offer benefits for dry skin also. So the halotherapy is used to aid or treat a multitude of different symptoms and ailments. The ones respiratory conditions, so things like asthma, bronchitis, COPD, cystic fibrosis, those conditions where there's a lot of mucus or inflammation in the system. The salt is antimicrobial, it's antibacterial and anti-inflammatory. So by inhaling this, it's helping all of your lungs and respiratory tract to either dispel the pathogens that are in there or to help clear the mucus. It also has the benefits for the dry skin conditions such as eczema and psoriasis, because what salt really wants to do is attract moisture to it. So with these very, very fine particles getting into the small pores and cracks in your skin, actually draws the moisture to your skin. So that's how it can soften the skin up. And again, by having the antimicrobial and anti-inflammatory properties, it helps with the redness. So it can also help things like acne. And then you also have like the sinus conditions. So by breathing in there, it can help with dry sinuses. So great for people who go traveling long haul and you often get that very dry air. It can help re-moisturize the sinuses and then also help with allergies as well. So really, it has amazing benefits, which is very, very exciting, especially considering it is 100% drug-free and natural. So I think that's kind of halotherapy in a nutshell.
Yeah, that's great. The only other thing I would add is originally, while halotherapy was really focused on, let's call it conditions or diseases like asthma or psoriasis, we've also seen a lot of athletes starting to use it too, because basically, if you have cleaner lungs, you'll have more endurance and stamina. So there's been a number of research studies done which shows that using halotherapy regularly for a couple of months will increase lung capacity by about 13%. So it's really good for athletes as well. And the other thing we've just seen in general, throughout the whole COVID pandemic, is that everybody is interested and aware of respiratory wellness, hygiene, and health. So we've seen our business absolutely explode in the last 6 to 8 months because so many people are concerned about their respiratory health. Now, we don't make any promises or guarantees that you won't get COVID or it will cure COVID or will be better after COVID. But we do know that halotherapy really helps boost the immune system. So we think there could be a relationship between just having stronger lungs and be able to deal with viruses or bacterial things that might come at you. So again, it's not just for diseases, it's for general healthy wellness, as well as for athletes that want to improve their endurance and stamina. And then should I talk a little bit about how the industry has evolved product wise, Erin?
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. I mean, I've got an example sitting behind me here, which is probably our favorite product of the moment. Let
me talk how kind of the industry has evolved into that. When I first started the company about 6 years ago, I would say 90 to 95% of the customers that we work with, and mostly day spa type people, they would build these beautiful salt caves and salt rooms that would hold maybe between 6 and 10 people. It might cost them $60,000 to $80,000 to build these beautiful caves. And somebody would have to, because the size of the room and how long it takes the salt to get dispersed, somebody would have to sit there for about 45 minutes to 60 minutes. What we started seeing about 2-3 years ago was a move more to private and more personal, smaller units, because people didn't really have the time. So in a smaller space, you can get the benefit of 15, 20 minutes that you could get in the same 60 minutes. And to kind of really talk about the propulsion of the change in the industry, what we're really seeing now is about 90 to 95% of our business is these personalized units like the one you see in the back, which I'll talk about in a second, because people really now, because of COVID, don't want to be sitting in salt rooms where people are coughing and sneezing, which is a general thing that happens, which is a good thing with salt therapy, because it's how it's getting rid of the toxins. But the whole business of salt caves and salt rooms is really, really going away to these kind of personalized units. And the other big change, which you'll see in that background. So within these personalized private units, we introduced a new product, which is again back behind Erin there. It's called the Halo IR. So it's the only unit in the world that was custom engineered to combine infrared technology, infrared modality, which is phenomenal for detox, stress, and just recovery, with halotherapy. So this unit has been custom engineered not to prevent any corrosion from the salt. So there's special seals, there's special everything. So I'd say about 80 to 90% of our business is this Halo IR now, because it allows spa customers to be able to offer both modalities in the exact same footprint. So you can offer infrared, you can offer infrared with salt therapy, you can offer halotherapy a little warm, you can offer infrared only. So it's our most flexible, powerful product, and it doesn't take up a lot of space. And it's, as you can tell, it's a gorgeously designed unit that can be assembled in about 60 minutes. So we're really seeing the trend in the industry strongly away from big fancy salt caves to kind of pre-built equipment like this. So those are the big change we've seen. And the only other big change we've seen too is, and again, I think you've seen this again through a lot of health and wellness equipment suppliers since COVID, given that a lot of spas and other wellness facilities have been shut down, and some people just don't really even want to go out until they're vaccinated. We're seeing a huge movement to home respiratory health or any kind of health. If you think about like the Peloton bikes or the Mirror product, there's a lot of high-end wellness equipment products or companies that are moving into the home. So we launched this new product about 6 months ago called the Halo Pocket, and it works great. It takes 2-3 minutes a day. You give a quick little burst and salt comes out, and it's a great way in between, say, your sessions at a spa or if you're traveling. So again, we're seeing just a lot of change in the industry, and we've been the leaders in innovation for the last 6 years, and we're really starting to. That's why we think we can really be great partners with Shaliza and the other people on the phone, because we have the best technology, the newest products, and frankly, the most passion in the industry. So we'd love to work with you. I think we covered kind of like the industry and our products and the benefits. So I don't know if Shaliza, if you want to make any comments about anything specific from your background on halotherapy or the Caribbean or anything else, or we'd be happy to take any questions at this time.
Me, well, I suffer from asthma, right? I sinuses as well. We get the end of the Sahara dust down here. So sometimes, just going outside, it's my nose tends to leak a lot when Sahara dust is here. So that Halo one has been so helpful because it just brings everything out, instead of it going over a couple of days. For me, it'll just bring it out like within 2 days. And it helped me a lot, the halotherapy. Sometimes I can't breathe as well. I get trouble to breathe because, again, the dust in the air, even dust at home. I've been suffering since I was a child. So for me, it has really, really helped me a lot.
That's brilliant to hear.
Yeah, it has helped. I don't know if anyone has any questions. Christine, I don't know if you could find out.
I mean, I've worked in the wellness industry for over 10 years now with the heat experiences. It was about 3 years ago now that my interest was piqued in the halotherapy, and I too suffer from some asthma and allergies, and at that point decided to get into halotherapy too. And I guess that's probably why I'm most passionate about it, is because I can speak from experience that it works for me, it works for my family, it works for my friends that have tried it, and it's fantastic to see all these stories of people who are finding benefit. And I think that's what we're all here for, is to help people achieve wellness and to feel the best that they can feel.
I agree with you, and thank you, Steve and Erin, for the information. I think for me personally, I had childhood asthma, which left me at age 4, so I have no intentions of getting it as an adult. But one of the other things is I have pets, and it's going to be key in keeping me healthy as a former asthma sufferer. To use this product to just keep on that path of wellness. Certainly in the Caribbean, as Shaliza was indicating, today, for example, the report was that we were supposed to have quite a bit of Sahara dust, so that there are people who will be challenged, normally depending on what threat level it is, for want of a better term. They would tell people, well, stay indoors, or just limit how much time you spend outdoors. So that's one thing for us. We may not have the cold weather as in North America that folks are experiencing now, or even in Europe, but certainly Sahara dust is one challenge. And of course, what I've noticed with people in general. I mean, Steve, you mentioned the Peloton and Mirror. Yesterday I saw another one. It's called Tonal. And so what you're seeing is that shift towards well-being that is addressed at home. I mean, certainly here in the Caribbean, we do not know how long it'll take for all of our citizens to be vaccinated. So the impact of COVID-19 is going to be here for a little while, I suspect. And so as borders reopen, another challenge we will face is traveling. And so how do we remain healthy for those of us who absolutely have to travel for business? you know, and that's what I love about the Halo Pocket, because you can keep your sinuses clear and clean, and with that antimicrobial, antibacterial activity that's going on, it is a good way to have your health in your hand or your health in your purse, depending on what you're traveling with.
That's true.
Yeah. So, you know, this is just the new world order that we live in. And so I'm particularly excited at what this means for our spa owners, our wellness operators, our doctors. I know we do have a doctor on the call with us now, Dr. Candice Pereira. Candice, we're so thrilled that you jumped onto the call. And so if there's anyone who has any questions, we would love to take questions now. If it's in terms of price, if it's in terms of, you know, maybe what your clients, what you're experiencing with your clients. And don't forget too, it has these super, this super activity with the skin. And we know that there are dermatologists out there who do use halotherapy as part of their service offering, because it's a great add-on to facilities services that we also have with our therapists as well.
Yeah, it's very good complementary therapy to go with, or for beauticians, or if you're having your a pedicure done, you could have a Halo Pocket to get a bit of wellness at the same time. And I think people are looking for things that are time sensitive these days. So trying to fit things into a more compact amount of time, or just having the convenience as well, which is where the Halo Pocket really comes in handy, and the Halo Home IR here, being able to do it in the convenience of your own home, or not having to travel too far to one of the bigger salt rooms. It's quite easy, it doesn't take up much space, so smaller salons can also have these units now.
Absolutely. And of course, there's the Halo enclosure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do you want to tell us a little bit more, either Steve or yourself, Erin, about the Halo enclosure? Because we are particularly loving that modality.
Yeah, well, it's very, very simple to fit. So it fits in, you know, about 1 meter squared for a one-person one, and you can see there that it has the Carbon Flex infra panels. So those are what radiate the heat, and the infra heat is what gets into the muscles. So it's not like a normal sauna, where a sauna heats up the room. These panels heat up the body and target the muscles and target into the skin. So it's very direct. And then you also have the chromotherapy lighting there, which is very good for mood boosting, mood enhancing, relaxing. You can set it to different settings. You've got the Bluetooth or the Kasara meditation as well, so you can have the sound playing, which is fantastic. I think we were talking just before the call started how it's such an easy to use space, and has so many different options. Like you can go in there and you could read, you could go in there and meditate. It is a really unique little wellness package in one. I think I called it a little wellness cocktail. So yeah, it looks really good and is really easy to install. So basically, I call it a plug and play. So you don't need any special requirements. It just plugs into a normal socket, which is even better.
Okay.
Yeah, and it also comes with aromatherapy. We have a custom blend that we send out that's great for breathing as well. And as Erin mentioned, we developed our own meditation audio called Kasara that comes free. You just download it, has different meditations about breathing. So it really is like, we call it, you know, the 5 sensory wellness thing. You can smell, you can taste, you can hear, you can smell. It's just great. It's our #1 seller, and it's the fastest growing product in the halotherapy industry for sure. So, and it's beautiful.
Yeah, it is absolutely beautiful.
It's also easy and cheap to run too. There's not a huge power demand on it. And also with the salt isn't expensive either. It's very efficient. And you can see there the halo generator on the side of it.
Okay, and how have you seen this work for, let's say, companies that would like to use this as part of their employee wellness program?
Yeah, I mean, workplace wellness is huge, isn't it? You know, like we really do need to look after everyone who works for us, and people that are going into work want to know that they're being looked after. So to be able to offer something like this, which you can go into fully clothed, is a big benefit. And I think people being able to have that bit of time alone, that relaxation space, or the ability to just go and switch off while they're at work, and to have something like this, it really shows that the employers care about their employees by offering them these kind of facilities.
And what would you say about the opportunities for spa owners to utilize this as an add-on to the services that they already offer?
I mean, this is a fantastic way to for people going in for a massage or something. So pop them into the infra cabin first, and that really helps warm up and relax the muscles, which makes the massage far more beneficial. And also after a treatment, people can go in there and just slowly relax and come back to kind of life again, and then have their halotherapy at the end. So it can be tacked on before or after treatment, or it could be used in, you know, like a VIP suite where people hire out an area for a day. It's, you know, you can pop in and out of it as much as you like, really.
Okay.
Yeah, in fact, that's another really good point. And if I whatever, 20 minutes ago when I was talking about how the industry has changed, one of the other big changes when we first started 6 years ago, a lot of people who wanted to offer halotherapy were opening their own halotherapy only centers. So they would build these giant salt rooms. Like I said, they would only offer halotherapy. But because halotherapy was not very well known at the time, they didn't do so well, and because and some spas didn't have the space to add the salt rooms. So what we've seen again is a massive shift to where these are becoming add-on products to existing wellness facilities. We sell to chiropractors, yoga studios, nutritionists, salons, you know, day spas, resort spas, anybody, because it just doesn't take up a lot of space and it's not that expensive. So the return on time, well, let's go with the return on investment is great. The other thing is there's two other huge benefits. This is a touchless service, so you don't need any labor. It's like if somebody's doing a massage or a facial, you have to pay that person, you know, whatever, 30 to 40% of the revenue. This is you basically press a button. So it's touchless, which is becoming more and more popular or in demand with COVID. And from a return on investment perspective, it's just great. So you're not paying any extra labor for it either.
Excellent. So antimicrobial, antibacterial, perfect for spas, for wellness centers, health facilities, corporate spaces. And I think it's just a total win-win for everyone, certainly athletes and others in the fitness arena. So folks, any questions? I know. Hi, Jared. Nice to see you. I knew that Jared was going to join us. So, folks, really, if there are no other questions, or one question. Oh, great.
This is going to be the hard question. This is the hardest question.
No, it's not. My apologies. I'm not seeming to get my camera on.
Okay.
But yeah, you guys can hear me, right?
Yes.
We can hear you perfectly. Yep.
All right. And my apologies for starting late. I'm coming in late. I just had to run late with a client. First of all, I must say I have gotten glitters with what I heard so far. And I'm excited because I love that it provides a solution, you know, to problems that people face on a daily basis. And my first question is there a certification need to be able to work with this product, to be able to have this product part of your wellness center? And secondly, I know, well, Christine and Shaliza, they're Trinidadians because I can hear their accent. But how is it possible to bring this to the area of Guyana? Because I'm Guyanese. Yeah, that's my question.
Okay, so first, so thank you for participating. In the answer to your first question, there definitely doesn't need to be any certifications or licensing at all. It's very simple to operate, and legally there doesn't have to be any licensing. In fact, that's the other important thing too. Like we don't claim, we don't make any medical claims. It's not, from a U.S. perspective, it's not FDA approved. It's for general wellness. That's kind of how it's positioned. So you don't need a licensing or certification. We will train you on how to operate the machine and the benefits and all those things and how to sell. That's part of our free service when somebody buys a piece of equipment, but there's no licensing required. On the other thing, in terms of shipping to Guyana, yeah, we ship all over the world, so that's not a problem at all. So it shouldn't be difficult. Again, each country, from our experience, has its own regulations. We just have to work with the different customs and importation people. But in general, it's a pretty easy piece of equipment to ship and to get into various countries. So
awesome. So thank you, Joanne, for that, for those questions. Very pertinent. Any other questions? If you're just joining us, please ask any questions that you would like to as we have just crossed the half an hour mark. No questions?
Yes. What is the cost for the machine?
Shaliza, you want to take that, or?
Well, okay, just so I'm clear, are you asking the specific machine that Erin is showing, the Halo IR?
Yes.
Because we have several modalities.
There are several machines.
Several different kinds.
Yeah, okay. So that particular one comes in 4 different sizes for 1 person, 2 person, 3 person, and we also have a new version for, again, I apologize, I don't know, in the Caribbean it's the same, but the American with Disabilities Act, the ADA unit, so you can put a wheelchair in it and spin it around, and so we have an ADA unit that fits either 4 people or is approved by the ADA. The list price is roughly $11,000 up to about $16,000-17,000 US dollars, depending on the size. That's the list price.
All right. And like for your space, and how large is the smallest machine?
Do you have the dimensions there, Erin?
I do. I can get it. Oh.
Should I tell a joke or a story while you look at it?
Well, then you're in the right place to do it, Steve. This is the Caribbean.
Yeah, that's true. In fact, right before COVID, I was in St. Lucia at Body Holiday. You know Body Holiday?
No.
What a wonderful resort that is. So that's wow. I was there for a week to 10 days. Yeah, it was very uplifting. But so yeah, it was. So I love the Caribbean.
Oh,
I lived in Miami. I lived in Miami for many years. So I used to go to the Caribbean a few times. So love it there.
Awesome.
Right. Yeah, you held off
long enough.
Yeah, thank you. Right, for the single person one, you're looking at a width of 43 inches by a depth of 48 inches, and it's 77 inches high.
And that's the one right behind you.
Yeah, that's the small version, and then it goes up, as Steve said, up to
I didn't get it. 43
inches by 48 by 77 high, but 77 high. But if you head over to the Halotherapy Solutions website, the product sheet is on there, so you can click on that, and it gives all the dimensions for all the sizes, and it gives a list out of all the information that we covered earlier, what comes with the unit.
All right, okay. So it's a unit where you go and sit in the unit.
That's correct, yeah. What we might do is with Christine is, we'll send Christine this sheet, and she can send it out to you or have it available.
So much.
Thank you.
Thank you for your questions, and because we are going to be guiding you through the process.
Most of
Holding your hand, Anne.
thank you.
Are there any other questions before we wrap up and tell Steve and Erin how grateful we are for the gift of their time this afternoon?
Can I ask one more? This is Joanne Ford.
Absolutely.
All right, so I am interested. So what's my next move after this platform here?
After your next move, Joanne, is that, are you there?
Yes, I am. Sorry.
Great. So your next move is that Shaliza and I will be getting in touch with you directly and
Awesome.
walking you through the steps of the purchase.
Awesome.
Okay?
Thank you.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. So if there are no other questions, we have a special surprise for our guests this afternoon. But before we do that, we just want to, from Shaliza, myself, and Zara, and the rest of the Halo Solutions Caribbean team, we want to express our very deepest gratitude to you, Steve. I don't know what the time is where you are. What time is it now?
It's not too bad. Yeah, I couldn't get to the Caribbean, so I'm suffering in Hawaii instead. I think it's about 10 in the morning now, I think.
Oh, okay. So from Hawaii, all the way from Hawaii and all the way from England, we are so, so grateful for the gift of your time. We really, really appreciate it. Thank you again so much. Guys, this is just the kind of support that you can expect from Halotherapy Solutions and Halotherapy Solutions Caribbean. This is it, you know, the best of the best for all of our clients. So thank you, everyone. And thank you again, Steve and Erin. We really appreciate you so very much. And now I would like to share, I don't know if I can share my screen, but what we'll be doing after this session is, well, we're going to be doing a special draw, which we will, Shaliza, if you can take back the screen. If you can take back the whatchamacallit. Yes. So multiples. Do you have the ownership of the no?
No.
Okay. So what we wanted to do, we have a special draw, which we are going to do after this because we don't want to keep back Steve and Erin. But we do have a special draw for those who attended this afternoon's session. So this brings us to the end of our inaugural Fireside chat. And we are grateful for the gift of your time. Thank you so much. This recording will become available in another few hours on our Facebook page. And also to let everyone know that we are so excited because Halotherapy Solutions is now featured on the website of the award-winning Who's Who in Trinidad and Tobago business. So we're going to be,
great.
yeah,
Well
absolutely.
done.
Yes. So we're going to be sharing the link with everyone on our Facebook page and definitely sending yourself and Erin an email with the links. And of course, it's available via ebook on issue.com. So have a great evening, everyone. Thank you so much. Don't forget, give us a call, send us an email, and we'll be getting to you right away. Have a great evening, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.